Seconds, that gate will drop, and our second moto of 125 action will be underway. Who will get the hole shot? Stefan Roncada, not a very good start once again, but the hole shooter is Justin Buckaloo. Pastrana is right there. Kelly Smith. Danny Smith holding his arm, and it looked like Preston involved in that crash. But Buckaloo is our leader, with Pastrana once again in good position in second place. Right there is Nick Way, last year's winner, in third. Fonseca, Bolin, and Ramsey also in good position.
Well, the more good news for Travis. Great start. He's got to feel like before this moto's over, he can move around Buckaloo, and Roncada is buried in the middle of the pack.
Roncada avoiding the first turn pileup, so he's in about 13th though right now. The interesting focus here is that Justin Buckaloo and Travis Pastrana were childhood rivals. In fact, Pastrana credits Buckaloo with being a faster rider than he is.
No question, Buckaloo is a talented rider. I think when you listen to Travis, some of it, what he says is accurate, but I think a lot of it's just being polite. He always has good things to say about his competition.
Buckaloo, of course, coming back from injury last year, doesn't have the endurance factor that Travis Pastrana holds right now. But number 158, Buckaloo, is out in front in moto number 2. Pastrana won the first moto. He's in second place behind number 158, Justin Buckaloo, here in the second moto. He is poised to take a lot of points away from Stefan Roncada, who's back at about 12th right now and trying to fight once again his way up through the pack.
You know, for Travis, as long as he doesn't get a lot of pressure from behind, it's probably not too bad of an idea to stay just out of Ruth's way from Buckaloo, because they watered the track pretty heavy between motos, and if he was to try to stay right in there on him, he'd be plastered with mud by now. And you'd only have a tear-off or two left for the whole rest of the race. So let a lap or two get in the books, let the track get worked in, then make your move.
Our Suzuki stopwatch is going to show us how close this freight train really is. 5 seconds. And we're back to 5th and 6th place. 7-11, Talon Bolin, who made that great charge at the end of the last moto.
You can count on Bolin to make a charge at the end of every moto. This guy, one of those guys, I love his energy. I mean, if we had everybody in the 125 class like that, we'd have a different winner every moto. He's just so full of energy. And always gives a good, exciting interview. You never quite know what's going to come out of his mouth, but he will not let Fonseca rest from here to the checkered flag.
Well, you could tell Fonseca was feeling it as he almost went off the track. Pastrana in second place behind Buckaloo. Number 28 is Ernesto Fonseca, trying to put his second good moto back-to-back.
You can see what I was talking about that little bit of extra water on the track. Bolin is just covered right now and going through all of his vision.
There you see the top 5, Bolin in 5th. And here comes Nathan Ramsey behind Bolin. Let's go down to the mechanics area and Davey Coombs.
Zach, I know that Justin had a good start in the first moto, but it was nothing compared to that whole shot in the second one. Yeah, he's got good. He always gets good starts. He just needs the confidence to get it accomplished. How do you get him to calm down once he's up front? It's kind of hard. He's been riding tight lately, but I think he may be different this moto. Maybe it's just the rookie jitters. Yeah, I think that's all it is. But he'll do good. We'll see.
Well, what a thrill it is to be out in front leading a national moto, and this is his first season.
Roncada up to 11th, as you see there in our picture, going through the sand whoops. There's Roderick Tane, number 120. Not having as good a time today as he has in the last few races. Roncada making the move on him. There's Casey Johnson, another teammate of Yamaha of Troy. David, have you ever run hurt like he might be running right now?
Absolutely. I mean, 1983, I had broken feet, sprained ankles all year long. 85, I had a hurt wrist, sprained it a couple of times, fractured it. I mean, everybody has injuries, but it's tough when you're in Roncada's shoes and you got pressure and you got to go out and keep winning races, and put, to preserve the title and you're hurt.
Pastrana starting to put some pressure now on Buckaloo. Buckaloo has always shown speed. He won a heat in Houston, got a whole shot at Minneapolis in the Supercross Wars. A 6th place finish in Dallas was his highest finish. But he's looking to make his mark now in motocross and hold on to that lead against one of the best rookies that this sport has ever seen.
Now I'd expect to see Pastrana get that fire lit underneath him, and now he's starting to get some pressure from Way. And like I said before, as soon as he gets pressure, he's going to apply the pressure to Buckaloo. It's about the time for Buckaloo to start getting a little nervous. Perfect timing for Travis to make a move on him or pressure him into a mistake.
Right now, Justin Buckaloo's our leader with Pastrana in 2nd. Roncada in 10th. We'll be right back. We're back at Millville, Minnesota, and the heat is on here for first place. Pastrana starting to apply the pressure to Justin Buckaloo. Pastrana, he wants the sweep here today to take advantage of the poor starts that Stefan Roncada, the points leader, has suffered. There's the move downhill. That hill is so steep. What a move by Travis Pastrana. On a one-dimensional TV screen, you can't tell how steep that hill is, David.
Well, I'll tell you how steep it is. When you come around over the top and hit that jump, you can't see where you're going. At that point right there, you can barely see the corner at the bottom. It drops away so steep. Hits all those bumps, still makes the berm in good form. Gets right back on the gas, falls right back into the line he wanted to take back up the next hill. And like I said, as soon as he felt pressure, I had a feeling he was going to go for the move, and he did.
Not only Pastrana making the fine move, but Nick Way moves into 2nd place. Pastrana, Way, and Buckaloo, the top 3 right now. Let's go down to the mechanics area. Lee McCullum.
Well, Lee, this looks like a carbon copy of the first moto. Travis is out front again. Roncada is mired in traffic.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Roncada if he got a bad start. Travis got pretty much the same start as he did the first moto. Had to ride with Buckaloo there for a little bit. He got around him. Now he's just going to have to ride his own race and hopefully pull away.
Why do you think this track suits his style so much? Is it those whoops in the back?
Yeah, he likes the whoops, and he likes the softer dirt, you know, the sandy sections. And the hills, you know, it's kind of exciting. It's not really flat, so anything with hills and a little bit of air, he loves.
One more question. Does he study these videotapes of these tracks he's never been to, or does he just show up and see what happens?
I don't know if he studies them, but I'm sure he's looked at them. You know, everybody watches the videos, so I'm sure he's looked at them.
Oh, I can tell you for sure he's looked at them, and he studies all the races, especially the tracks he's never been to. And I can tell you for a fact that my dad sent him tapes. He said, "Hey, Travis, have you ever seen David ride?" He's like, "Not really." He goes, "Well, I'm going to send you some tapes of David racing at Millville, going through that big whoop section, and you can kind of get that in your head before you show up to the race." So, you know, he studied the track, and hey, Dad, while you're at it, send me one of those tapes, too. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
It's obvious right now that Stefan Roncada is having a lot of trouble getting up through the traffic. We've got some good, competent riders in front of him, like Keith Johnson and a few others, and he's not getting through the pack easily.
No, it's tough. There's so much competition out there, and also the hazards. You saw what happened to Jessman getting into that corner. Easily could have lost the front end. If he'd have gone down right there, that could have held Roncada up even more.
A day uncharacteristic for Stefan Roncada, who came into this race with 4 wins, 7 podiums, and won 9 of the 18 motos so far this year. Both times getting mediocre starts, both times having a tough time getting up through the field.
On the first moto, at one point, there were 3 of his teammates were ahead of him. And I'm thinking, well, it's a little early for team orders, and plus he had a pretty good points lead. This moto, he's pretty far back, and he's losing a lot of points. Now they're starting to worry just a little bit. You notice Casey Johnson has been on his tail the whole way. I'll bet you anything Casey's not going to pass Stefan.
Not if he wants a job.
Yeah.
Ernesto Fonseca going through the picture. Buckaloo and a battle with Volan and Ramsey. They touch. Volan makes the move. Volan 7-11.
That was beautiful. He actually put his front wheel up in the grass and just kind of let the rear wheel slide. He was doing all that he could to give his teammate as much room as possible, but still make the pass. Check it out. Comes down the inside. He's trying to be nice, leave Ramsey somewhere to go, but still get that pass made. That was perfect.
Buckaloo still running a fine race, number 158. But he's got the Pro Circuit Kawasaki's right behind him. Some of those whoops wearing down a bit. Here comes Volan. Volan wants to make the move on Buckaloo. Not quite that time.
I'll tell you what, every lap of this race, of this day, Buckaloo is gaining confidence, and he is not going to be as worried about Bolin as he was at the beginning of the series.
Still holding off the veteran.
And all it takes is a couple of good motos, a good start, battling with somebody, staying with Pastrana, leading the race for a few laps to build your confidence, and all of a sudden, a guy like Bolin just doesn't go by like he used to.
We're seeing that happen every race, really. You've seen it in the past with Roderick Taine, the young Frenchman with KTM, who's gained so much confidence. Here's Bolin starting to rub some plastic now. And Bolin's got the inside edge on Buckaloo. Buckaloo looks at him and says goodbye.
So for the second time, Bolin uses the very edge of the racetrack to make his pass. Look at the way he gets the rear wheel on the ground right there. Extra little bit of roost. We got about 3 more feet of the rear wheel being on the ground. That's all it took for him to get up to the inside and make the pass.
Bolin, one of the toughest guys in this business, is making progress, but not the progress that 199 is making right now. Out in front, Travis Pastrana. I've never seen Travis Pastrana so out of character than after Troy, when Roncada placed 10th and Travis picked up only 6 points on Stefan Roncada. Did not take advantage of the opportunity. Here today, he's doing just that. At one time, it looked like Roncada had this thing sewed up, a 41-point lead after Unadilla. But leave it to the exciting kid, Travis Pastrana, to put some suspense back into the title race and really tighten things up. Nathan Ramsey in 5th place. He made the move on Buckaloo, and so did several other riders.
Well, Buckaloo got a little bit of his momentum taken away in that pass by Ramsey at the beginning of the whoop section, and lost all his momentum, and everybody went by.
There's Roncada, 26. Also trying to take advantage of that as he tries to catch up with Ramsey. Ramsey on the right side of your screen, cutting on the outside of the whoops.
Looked like Johnson had a run at Jessman right there, and Jessman just pinned it into the berm and held on.
Brandon Jessman, number 44. Jessman had a podium performance at Troy, 3rd place.
Yeah, like you said, Art, you talked about guys gaining confidence. Buckaloo is just going to have to get up there, run up front a few more times before he starts to feel like he really belongs there, can stay there, and not make a couple little mistakes like he's made in this race that have cost him big.
Meanwhile, Travis Pastrana is looking to cut the points lead of Stefan Roncada in half. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Millville. Second Moto 125. Travis Pastrana. He's looking for a sweep right now. Oh, number 29, Casey Johnson going down. Just slipped out.
That's too bad. That's the hard stuff underneath the soft soil that'll catch you by surprise, and his mechanics are waiting to give him a signal, and have to change that now. 4 guys got by.
Nathan Ramsey, the Pro Circuit Kawasaki, number 24. Shadows starting to form on the afternoon. And there's Jessamine, number 44, in the freight train.
Everyone really starting to favor the right side of that straightaway through the sand whoops there. And last year it was on the inside, so it's usually a great place to pass, but not if everyone's starting to take one line and that gets beat down.
Pastrana still our leader as Stefan Roncada tries to make his way up through the field. And look at that, taking advantage of a Nathan Ramsey mistake. Stefan Roncada now is up to 5th place. Boy, every time he makes a move, it just helps his points cause. Taking another look at that pass.
He just caught Ramsey there, just kind of cruised into that berm, sleeping just a little bit. He got offline, and that's more points, like you said, Art.
It's the final lap for the festive Travis Pastrana.
He's just going to wheelie the whole. He probably could wheelie most of the way around this track. He's got a big enough lead. He can do whatever he wants here, and I'm sure the people are ready to see some of it.
If Roncada stays in 5th, but Nathan Ramsey's hounding him right now, that means Roncada would lose 9 more points to 199. Oh, he's a popular athlete. You can hear the fans just cheering for him as he heel clicks his way around. This would be his second Moto win in a row, and would be his second overall in a row. A third win for Travis Pastrana would equal his number of wins in his first year of Supercross, as he had 3 wins earlier this season in the Supercross season. And a little celebration after the checkered flag for Travis Pastrana as he sweeps Millville, his second sweep of the year. Southwick was the other sweep. Nick Way, his highest finish of the year. Ernesto Fonseca, a great job in third. Ramsey getting back in front of Roncada. Davey.